guess I have to admit, the guy is good looking. And Layla has fallen for all his smooth moves and corny lines.
I don't want to talk about business anymore. We're here.
And where is here?
Here is Angel Square.
And why is Angel Square so special?
It's special because I brought you here to show you a good time. Through my eyes and your senses.
I'm so torn up about this assault on Adriana, but it's not going to happen again. I've fired the security company and hired a new one with impeccable credentials.
You really think that's necessary, Dorian?
Of course it's necessary. This is my family we're talking about. And by the way, I think you and the children should stay on here. It's the only way that you'll be safe.
Did you happen to see the paper this morning?
No. Why? What's in the paper?
Nothing. I didn't see it, and I was wondering
You're such a liar, Mom. There's nothing in the newspaper. And she's the one who determines who I can and cannot hang out with. But why shouldn't she? She just has such a great talent in judging character.
Hey. Guess I'm a little early for the board meeting?
I don't believe this, Dr. Truman. I don't think you'd ever do something like this.
No. That's just a trifle. He's capable of more than that. Like getting away with murder.
You here to beat me with a rubber hose? I hope not, because I already confessed. I'm guilty. I did it.
We found the gun.
In the drain?
One shot was fired.
I know.
Did you reload after you fired?
No.
Did you give the gun to anyone else?
No, I told you.
How many shots did you fire?
How many times are you going to ask me to say one shot?
What'd you do with the gun after?
Are you trying to break me? Because you can't break someone who's already confessed. I fired one shot. Your father went down. I didn't reload the gun. I didn't give the gun to anybody else. I dropped it and I ran.
Tell me something.
Is it something I've already told you?
How did you kill my father with a blank? The gun was loaded with blanks.
What is this all about?
Mom's boyfriend tried to beat her up.
No, that is not true. It's your daddy's paper. He's trying to ruin Spencer. He's printing a bunch of lies. Why don't we just leave it at that, okay?
I'm going out.
No, you've been out all day.
And you were out all night.
I want you to stay home.
That's where I want to go. To the penthouse, if I could.
Star!
I don't care what's going on. That child should not be talking to you like that.
Dorian. Drop it. Good afternoon.
Kelly, did you read this? Do you know what that Spencer did to Blair?
Can't believe everything you read, Dorian.
What? Am I the only sane person in this family? The only person who isn't in denial? I'm going out. When I come back, I would love it if you would pull yourself together, Kelly, and get on with your life. And you, get therapy, get something, because violence does not belong in any relationship.
Wow. So is she right? Did Spencer beat you?
What are you doing down here, Todd? You look a little peaked, you know? You want one of my nurses to check you out?
That sounds nice. But no, I'm here for the meeting.
Well, unfortunately, it's a meeting of the hospital board of directors. The last time I checked, you weren't on it.
Well, I have some information about your shenanigans last night that's just way too juicy not to share.
Well, Why don't you stick it in that fish wrap of what you call a newspaper? You know, this is a hospital, man.
Oh, no. Take a deep breath, Dr. T. You're looking a little cracked around the edges.
Really? Well, you know, the hospital board of directors, they have a lot more faith in me than they do in that ridiculous ragloid that you put out every day, so...
Got their attention, didn't it?
Well, even so. I'm going to go inside. I'd like to invite you in, but, you know, I can't.
No, I don't believe it. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but my gun didn't have blanks in it.
It's true, David. I saw it.
Then there were real bullets mixed in with the blanks.
It was a .38, a Walther.
I don't even know what you just said.
This is a magazine. It can be loaded with bullets or blanks, but not both.
Look, for the first time in my life, I am owning up to something. I shot the gun. A bullet came out. It hit your father.
Gun's at the lab right now. I think maybe we can get a print off it.
Really? You think you can pull one of my prints off of a gun from 25 years ago?
No, I don't. But maybe we can get a partial or a trace of a partial. Look, I don't doubt it's your gun. You end up being right where you thought it might be.
Wait, if that's my gun, it means...
You didn't shoot my father. And whoever did is still out there.
The whole family's going through the pain of losing Duke, and what do? I make them feel worse by laying into them. And I wake up every morning and I'm angry, you know that? And I'm feeling sorry for myself because I'm alone in an empty house. I can't do it anymore. I'm so tired.
Kevin, let it go. Let it all go, because none of that is going to bring Duke back.
Listen, I know I don't deserve this. I would love a second chance.
You're my son. And if you're sincere, you get all the chances you need.
No, I don't believe it.
Try to remember. Did you hear any other shots that night?
I heard my shot. I felt the recoil. There was gunpowder on me, for crying out loud.
You'd feel a kick with a blank, and you'd still have GSR in your hand.
Think back. Did the shot echo?
How loud was it?
Is it possible that the shot was loud enough that the echo might have covered for another shot?
Especially if there was someone else on the other end of the alley.
As you consider this, consider the possibility that you may have been followed.
Are you sure that no one else was there?
No, yes, no, and what's GSR? You guys are trying to get into my head, aren't you? Well, stop it. I'm guilty. I confessed. John, I killed your father.
So what's going on?
Well, today is Luis Munoz Rivera's birthday.
Excuse me, is he a friend of yours?
No, actually, he led the political fight for Puerto Rico's independence.
Then feliz cumpleaños, Rivera!
That's right. Feliz cumpleaños, Rivera.
Is it all done up, you know? Is it festive around here?
Yep.
God, I wish I could see it, Chris.
I brought you here so you can feel it. And you know, Jeannie Ortega's going to be singing later.
Oh my God, I love her.
I know. Look, I know you've been a little stressed out lately, so I thought, you know, a little R&R, beautiful summer day might be good for you. Is that okay?
No, it's not okay. It's perfect.
What are you two doing here?
I was just chilling.
Didn't you go home?
Yeah, I did, but my mom was being a hypocrite, and then I went over to my dad's and he wasn't home.
Why don't you do something fun?
Like what?
I don't know. How about water balloons?
You know, I'm really not in the mood. I'm kind of bummed right now. I'm gonna go home, Megan.
Wait. Come hang with us. Please?
I think we're all in agreement. Anything printed in the sun should be read with a jaundiced eye.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. What do you say we wrap up this little business meeting of ours and get on with the business of saving lives, all right?
This is just a formality. Don't worry.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. The truth will prevail.
Let's call this meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is to welcome our newest board member.
What's up, Angel Square? I'm Carolina Bermudez. Now, I know you listen to me on the radio every morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I brought along a very special guest. So put your hands together and make some noise for Jeannie Ortega.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got something real special for y'all. What's the name? Ortega, let's go. Come on. Looking so sexy right now.
Don't get me started. It's getting kind of crowded in here. Back up off me, feeling like I'm suffocating. Now here's my problem. I'm not gonna be your chick on the side. Forget about it. You know damn well it wouldn't be right. I don't know what you've been thinking about me. Did you think this was gonna be that easy? Hell no, you must be going crazy. Come on. Why don't you get out of my life? Get out of my, get off of my back. Why don't you get back to your world? Go back to your girl. I think you owe her. Come on, I know what's going on. I won't be second to none. No, back quick 'cause you cried in my space. You need to get out of my face. Let's be honest, not the type of chick you can use. And if you want it, you have to choose. Oh, I've been through this, been cheated on, I know how it feels. Come on, know that you wouldn't do the same to me. I don't know what you've been thinking about me. Did you think this was gonna be that easy? Hell no, you must be going crazy. Come on, going crazy. Get out of my, get off of my back. Back to your, come on. I think you owe her. I know what's going on. I won't be second to none. Oh no. Crying in my space. Why don't you come on? Get out. Go back to your girl. I think you're right. Oh, second to none. Oh no. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you say, oh, go. Out of my face. You need to get out of my face.
No one beat up anybody.
Let go of me! Let go of me! Stop it!
Look, Kelly, I appreciate you caring, but the less you know about all of this, the better off you're going to be, okay?
You're up to something.
No,
It has to
I'm
do with
not,
Just
Kelly.
save it. I know you too well. I just want you to remember that you wouldn't be in this position if he had just told you the truth about Margaret being pregnant with his child.
Why are you bringing this up
Because this
now?
whole thing snowballed out of control because of his lies. If he had just come clean with you, who knows what would have happened? Maybe you would have kicked him out, but who knows?
This isn't about me and Todd, is it?
No.
Well, what is it?
What?
I have to tell Kevin something. I have to tell him I'm pregnant with Duke's child.
You're right. Drink's not gonna fix anything. No, it won't. Come here. I want to show you something. Our employees had this made up. I didn't think you were ready to see it. Until now. I thought that, we could hang it up in the front lobby, if that's all right with you.
I think that's perfect.
Son, this is a good first step. But don't take it too fast, all right? Not too fast. Because we're going to take this one step at a time.
What an unpleasant surprise.
What do you want?
I think the question is, what do you want? May I suggest a shave?
Dorian, I'm just trying to put my life back together, okay?
I see. Isn't that just marvelous? You destroy Kelly's life. You foul her reputation publicly, and then you expect to just waltz back into your comfortable little life.
My life is hardly comfortable.
Right.
I just lost my son.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if you had been a better father, none of this would have happened. Duke wouldn't have forced Kelly into that deplorable situation. Don't you think maybe it's time that you took proper responsibility for all of this instead of just kind of congratulating yourself for showing up back at work without a bottle of booze in your hand?
I thought you might react differently to the news that you didn't kill anyone.
Well, just exactly how is it you think I should be reacting? Huh? Should I be happy that for the last 25 years I've been trying to act like it didn't happen? I changed my name. I pretended to be a member of somebody else's family. I ran from the lies. I ran from the law. And I abandoned Dorian at the altar because of this. The only woman who ever gave a rat's ass about me, and I left her in shreds. And why? Apparently, for nothing. Apparently, for a crime that I never even committed. Are you aware that my whole life has been based on the fact that I killed someone when I was 16 years old, and now you're telling me that I didn't even do it?
I didn't say that. I said I didn't think you did it. We won't know positively until we get the results back from the lab.
And the odds of finding any trace of a fingerprint after all this time with the mud and the rainwater.
Oh, good. So this gets even better, is what you're saying. Because if you can't prove that it was my gun, then I go to jail for what? Something I didn't do? Or did I? What do we know then?
Even without proof, there is one person who knows whether or not your gun was loaded with blanks.
I'd like to thank all of you for allowing me to join the board. It's quite an honor.
The honor is ours. And I speak for everybody, and I believe I speak for all of Landview when we apologize for the lack of support during the ordeal that you went through. You were convicted of a crime you didn't commit, and you were put to death.
Yes.
And I think it is a true blessing that Dr. Truman was able to resuscitate you.
Well, that's the past, and I think it's time for me to move on. And I feel like serving the community on this distinguished board is a good place to start.
We'd like to thank you for your extremely generous contribution towards the new ICU wing. It's greatly appreciated.
Well, no problem. I really just want to give back to all the people in the hospital who work so tirelessly and selflessly to save my life. And I would like nothing more than to be able to pay Truman back for everything he did to me.
Which brings us to our second order of business. It has come to the board's attention that Dr. Truman has been involved in a domestic altercation while intoxicated.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Please.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would just like to say that the photograph that graced the cover of Mr. Manning's newspaper, if you will, was taken in the privacy of my own home without my permission, and I must say that that's an extreme invasion of privacy and a violation of the law. Secondly, in regards to the disturbances, I was simply having a nice, relaxing evening at home with my a very special lady friend. I got up to turn down the television, which I confess was turned up a little bit too loud, and knocked over a chair, and the gentleman in the room next door to me, he simply jumped to conclusions. I was neither drunk nor violent.
Thank you, Doctor. I believe we can move on.
Well, if you'll beg my pardon, Mr. Chairman, I have something to say about this matter.
I am so sick and tired of these so-called men destroying the lives of the women in my family and then them just waltzing back into their own despicable little lives without missing a beat.
You're right, Dorian. I screwed up. And a lot of the mistakes that I made are inexcusable. But I've hardly strolled back into my life. Okay, I think I'm paying a pretty huge price here, and I am really just trying to hang on. And I'm sorry if I have caused you any pain. I truly am.
Bravo. You almost had me.
What are you talking about?
Your pathetic mea culpa.
What is it?
It's a flor de maga.
Is it my color?
What's your color?
Yellow?
Yep. It's a yellow flor de maga. And you've never looked more gorgeous.
Okay, Chris. You can stop trying to win me over now. You win! You win!
Come on, I would never lie to you. Well, maybe just about the color of the flowers. You gotta believe me when I tell you, you look absolutely stunning right now. I'm gonna go grab some food. Will you be okay if I leave you here for a minute?
What kind of trouble could I possibly get into?
Don't go anywhere.
I'll be back.
Is it Angeline?
Star? Hey, does your dad bring you?
No. I'm alone. Very alone.
Are you okay?
Life is a joke. My life's a joke. I just wish that my mom could see my dad the way you do. I didn't mean like see literally. I'm really sorry.
Star. Look, your mom, I believe that in spite of everything, she does. Okay?
Thanks for listening.
It's what I do best. Listen. Hello? Yes. Oh my God, that's wonderful. How much is substantial? Okay. Yeah, I'd love to come in to your office, to talk about it in person. Would tomorrow morning be okay? Perfect. I'll be there. Thank you. Chris.
What, you win the lottery or something?
Better. They may have found a way to give me my sight back.
Dr. Truman, I owe you my life. I owe you so much that I will probably spend the rest of my life, or yours, trying to repay you for what you've done for me. It's very hard for me. But as a member of this board, I don't think this issue is something we can simply sweep under the rug. As you know, I'm a businessman. And unfortunately, perhaps, this hospital must be run as a business. Because the bottom line is, if we lose the public's trust, one more time, we lose their revenue.
Why don't we put it to a vote? Dr. Truman, would you mind stepping outside?
Oh, no, that's certainly, Mr. Chairman.
Besides, whoever gave you the gun, who you apparently don't remember or won't disclose, there was a witness there that night.
We went to see George.
Oh, good. You talked to George? Who the hell is George?
He saw you with the gun.
Would he recognize the gun?
I don't know.
John, start knowing. We're talking about my life here.
I'm not here to save you. It's my job to figure out what happened that night.
For the first time in my life, I'm owning up to something that I did. And you're telling me that all the good in my life can be taken away for something I didn't do, a mistake I never made.
Don't get carried away with yourself. You had every intention of killing my father.
But I didn't.
For that, you should thank God. Take it as a sign. Stop wasting your life and do something right. And while you're down there thanking him, pray that we find this George.
This isn't over.
Oh, you bet your sweet ass it isn't, sister.
You are nothing but a deceitful, slithering drunk. And all the pain and anguish that you caused, that you're now wallowing in, I hope you drown in it.
Dorian!
What? I took the test. It's positive. I'm pregnant. Kevin can't have children, so that leaves Duke. I mean, what is this going to do to him? Well, let's talk about you here. Oh, my God, Kelly. This is the baby you always wanted. This isn't exactly what I wanted. It's going to be a living, breathing reminder of the worst night of my life.
Now, wait a minute. This baby's not your past, it's your future.
You really think Kevin's going to say it like that?
You just told me that things would be different if Todd had been truthful about Margaret being pregnant. That baby is innocent. Now, Kevin is going to see it that way, sweetie.
I don't know, Blair. I just don't know.
Clint, I'm sorry. I know my words sounded very harsh, but I'm so upset about Kelly. She hasn't been sleeping or eating. You saw her last night at the palace. She passed out.
Oh, is she sick?
Oh, stop pretending you care about anybody but yourself.
All right, enough.
I should go.
Now, Kevin, Dorian is the one that should be going.
It's okay, Dad. Thanks.
Clint, everybody knows that my relationship with Kevin has always been strained. So, can't we just forget about it?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say.
If you're... Well, that didn't seem to take too long.
Dr. Truman, you are a highly valued member of our staff, and we are honored to have a surgeon of your caliber here. That being said, this problem has to be dealt with. We're placing you on probation. The hospital will issue a press release saying that you have been properly warned and reprimanded. I hope you understand. Meeting adjourned.
This isn't over, Manning.
No, not by a long shot.
Where? Who's going to...
Okay. My ophthalmologist found a surgeon in Switzerland that's developed a new procedure to repair lacerated eyes. So I might be able to get at least some of my vision back. I'm going to go talk to my doctor about it in the morning, but he sounded hopeful.
So happy for you. What was substantial?
Well, I can't remember everything he said. Chris, it's expensive, and my insurance doesn't cover it.
Can you afford it?
Well, the fee for representing Todd was sizable, but even with insurance, my medical expenses took most of it. But if I clear Bo, all my clients are going to come running back to me.
But that could take months.
It's okay. It's okay because I have hope now, you know? There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I am going to see it.
Here. I'm going to leave this right here. Be right back.
Where are you going?
Margaritas. I got to get margaritas, right? Celebration?
Okay.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay, hurry back. Layla, hey. God, I wish you were here to get this message, but I have the most amazing news. I might actually be a candidate for that procedure that I told you about to repair my eyes. All I have to do is come up with the money. Now, you promised you are not telling Mom because I don't want her mortgaging her house. But I'm going to be able to see again.
Hey, Vincent, what's up? This is Chris. Listen, I need you to nail down that title fight for me. Soon. I need the money.
Care to share with the class?
I tell you, it's like dominoes, this life, isn't it? My old man was the first to fall. My mom was never quite the same after. Just drifting through life with no real home, I became so detached. I risked my brother's life in a hostage situation. You end up putting it all on the line to find out what happened. Bo and Paige, they're ripped apart by the truth.
And now you can't see the last domino.
I thought we found it, but somehow it never felt right. No, now it's like I can't see it, but I can feel it. I think we're close.
You gotta hold on to that, John. With both hands. Don't let it go.
Clint, you're not going to let what's going on between us be affected by what's going on between me and Kevin.
You can't hear yourself. He's my son. Get out.
Get out? You're going to order me out over something so silly?
The mere fact that you think it's silly proves that whatever it is we had was a mistake.
Yes, you're right. It was a mistake. A great, big mistake that I made about you. Because way down deep, you are nothing but a Buchanan.
Look, I know that this is very, very difficult, but you need to think about all the good. I mean, you're going to be a mommy.
And I should just forget about telling Kevin that I'm having his son's child.
Yeah, absolutely. You should. Think about you for a minute. Go away. Do something good for you. Concentrate on that little baby, okay? Don't think about Duke. And until you're ready to embrace the good and the happy, don't think about Kevin, okay?
Kevin.
Christian. Hey, what's up, Doug? I'm glad I ran into you. You never came in for your follow-up.
Yeah, I've been kind of busy.
The x-rays for your hand came in, and it's not good. You're not fighting again, are you?
Well, no, not yet.
Look, before you go hitting anything, come talk to me, okay?
Yeah.
sense that you're getting close to John. Listen, I better get out of here before George gets here.
How'd you know I was meeting him?
It's kind of scary, but I'm starting to think like you, McBain.
It is scary.
With all my heart, I know you're going to find the perp who killed your father.
Guard! Bruno, I gotta make a phone call. I gotta call my brother.
Blanks. That gun was loaded with blanks.
You realize this ridiculous little plan of yours is going to blow up right in your face, Manning? You know that, right?
And do you have any idea what my plans are?
It's a minor battle, Tom.
Listen, buddy, I'm going to make sure everyone in this town knows what kind of sick, twisted son of a bitch you are, including Blair.
Kevin, why don't you come in? Kelly, I'll be right outside if you need me, okay? Hey, John, it's Blair. Call me as soon as you can. It's about Spencer.
Everybody in this town knows you to be the sick, twisted one. And now I'm going to go straight home and make love to your ex-wife.
On the next One Life to Live.
Nash.
I didn't kill anybody, but you knew that, didn't you?
I need to dig up some stuff on Spencer, and I can't do it without your help.
You do here by yourself. She's not by herself. She's with me.